Guys, there's nothing more cringy than a video game that fucking tries to cater to the fucking wokies by doing some kind of stupid nonsense. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. It's okay to be gay, bi, whatever the hell. But when a character is basically purposely changed to be gay, that's when it starts to get frustrating. I know, oh, Eric, it's just a video game. Stop being a triggered, whatever. Okay, guys. There's new DLC out for Horizon Forbidden West. This is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, right? It's confirming that protagonist Aloy is same sex attracted. Now, they've definitely done a lot of changes to this character, where you believe it or not. They even made her appearance a little bit more less sexy. That's one thing that a lot of this woke bullshit does, is that they try to make things less sexy. They want their women to be more masculine and they want their men to be more feminine. It's like they want everything to be reversed. All right? It's fucking weird. But the main thing that I have an issue with on this is that this is a DLC coming up. They waited till a DLC came out to drop this bomb because they know, Sony knows, that if this game had same-sex stuff in it, it would get banned in certain countries and they couldn't make the sales they wanted for this. But since they did a DLC that's digital and they're okay if the DLC gets blocked elsewhere, they wanted to do this. I'm fucking dying on that hill. I heard another YouTuber by the name of Melanie Mac point that out, that it's a DLC that they waited to do a major character reveal. Last of Us even did this in the past with a DLC where there was a lesbian kiss as well in there. But it seems like for whatever reason, Sony is wanting to have female protagonists not be like a strong woman type that's like straight. You can't be straight. You have to be gay, right? I don't know why, but let's take a look at this article and we could give my thoughts on this, which I'm not triggered, by the way. People, oh, you're triggered. No, an opinion's not triggered. Opinion's just talking about it, giving your thoughts about it. Now, this article says, first it was The Last of Us, but now Horizon Forbidden West is the latest Sony title to add downloadable content showcasing a main character with same-sex attraction. They keep doing this. Developer Guerrilla Games released the additional content on April 19th. The Burning Shores expansion takes the player on an adventure through the ruins of Los Angeles. Kind of fitting that it's in LA, right? After, everything that's debauchery about LA, even though I love the food and the nightlife, we all know that that's woke central. That's, progressive central. The protagonist is a young woman named Aloy, must hunt down the final antagonist of the group known as the Far Zenith. Upon arriving at the Burning Coast, Aloy will come across a woman named Sika, whose people have been captured and enslaved by the Far Zenith. Together, the two go on a journey to stop the bad guys, rescue Sika's people, and also fall in love. Of course, we had two games already, two full games come out, and there was no love interest for Aloy at all. Let's force one in. And while we're at it, let's force in a lesbian love interest. It can't just be a regular, heterosexual love interest. Not that there's anything wrong. Again, there's nothing wrong with lesbians. I love pussy also. I'm going to be completely honest. There's nothing wrong with being gay, with being lesbian. It's the fact that we have two games down. We're in a DLC for the sequel. Now she's gay? Was there any indication in the games that this character was a lesbian? Was there any indication? It's almost like they need to forcefully put this stuff in here for inclusivity and representation. Like, if your best trait for a character is the fact that they are gay or lesbian, whatever, that's not a good character. Why don't you write some personality, some intelligence in it, some good character traits, make them a role model for people playing the game, make them something that you can look up to. Why is identity politics always a litmus test for for what is a character. Why do we always have to have some kind of political, social commentary on top of stuff? This identity politics, this inclusiveness and stuff. Now, I've heard it before. Oh, there's nothing wrong with inclusivity. There's not. But don't make that the main redeeming quality of your fucking character. Add some more to it. All right? Yeah, sure, there's a little plot here, whatever, but it's like forced. It's to the point where it's like cringe. Like, oh guys, we need a love interest and we need a strong female, but God forbid she likes cock, right? I don't get it. Anyways, going on, it says, during the ending scene, Aloy says to Sika, but the thing is, the last few months I realized that home isn't really a place at all. It's more like the people I want to be with. Sika replies, I like that. And well, more and more I've been thinking, I want to be with you. And I was hoping you felt the same way. So this is this almost sounds like a fan fiction. like a cringe Tumblr fan fiction, right? Yeah, anyways, continuing on with this. It says the player is given the option of responding. If they accept, Aloy will say, so what if I do? And Sika will respond, I think I know how to handle it. Then they share a kiss. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Now, this goes on to say that although the Burning Shores expansion and accepting Sika's feelings are optional, it's worth noting that Sika is Aloy's first and only love interest in both Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. So, yeah, keep that in mind, guys. The first love interest. There was no male interest or female interest in the previous iterations. Now, suddenly, this character that was popular and gaining steam has to be gay. Has to be gay. Now, this is the same story structure from the Last of Us DLC Left Behind, in which Ellie falls in love with a girl named Riley. So they go to the mall, they're trapped in the mall, and they kiss. But unlike Burning Shores, Riley's infected and later dies off screen. Before she turns, Riley says to Ellie, let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. Implying those last few hours were some fun ones. Now, this goes on to say, given the number of female leads in Sony games that turn out to be attracted to the fairer sex, it's a good bet to say it'll happen a few more times before the cliche runs its course. And you're not wrong. It's almost like, I don't know. At this point, it's like, it's just starting to be like, it's almost like, all right, let's just make everything gay. You know, there's no point in doing anything. But the fact the matter is, they waited for the DLC purposely to make this reveal because they didn't want the game to get banned in countries that are against homosexuality and gays. All right. Whatever you want to say, whatever you think, that's not me. I'm not the bigot. I don't care if you're gay or whatever. But don't be fucking cringe. Don't be shoving it in people's faces. Don't purposely change characters and make them more butch or make them look ugly and desexify them and turn them gay. And I don't know, dude. It's